kick in. It's that Friday, night day, chillin' with my girls in my new J. Feeling good, but ain't looking for a new babe. Head down to Taylor Lobs, cause I'm up the street. Real talk, no lie. Feeling in my soul, that's a good vibe.
Welcome to Venus versus Mars. Give it up, everybody. Y'all know how we do it this segment. It is the ladies and the men together.
Bring it!
Here we go. Alrighty, so we're going to get on a couple of things today, but I want to start it out. We threw a couple of topics out there throughout the week. And one we put out there was called ghosting. Right?
Explain that.
Can I get a definition?
For those who don't know what ghosting is, it's pretty much is when you don't want to be bothered with a motherfucker no more. So, you pretty much ignore their phone calls, you ignore their texts, you don't tell them flat out, you just hope they get the damn message. You hope they get the message, I ain't called you back after the 6th time, I am not going to call you no more.
So why can't you open your mouth and just say
Hold on.
Okay.
So, have you ever ghosted anybody? We're going to start with the guys.
This is easy, notorious.
Don't all speak at once.
Yes.
Yes.
And why did you do it?
I've never ghosted anybody.
She was on that 6 month Harvey, what's that, Steve Harvey plan? So I had 3 months Tamari Wilson plan.
So she wasn't giving it up, so you ghosted her.
We constantly going out and we constantly vibing, and you know, hey,
Ain't nothing happening?
ain't nothing happening, and then that let me know I'm wasting my time. Move on.
So no ass, I'll pass. Let's go to the ladies. Let's go to the ladies. Have you all ever, and y'all better not say no, ghosted somebody?
Yes,
I have.
Yes.
Give me a rundown.
I have. He was creeping me out and he kept calling me and shit. So I was like trying to let him down nicely, dude. You know, I ain't interested. But he didn't take the subtle hint. So I just said, you know what? I ain't answering none of his shit.
Oh, but you did at least try to tell them.
Lies you tell from a life.
What's sort of? You can't sort of try to tell somebody when you're
I was always busy. I didn't have time for it.
But that's ghosting too.
You did have time.
The lies of a life.
Go ahead, dog.
Yeah, we had sex and I couldn't. That was it. I was done.
That's what I'm
That's
trying to
enough. That's enough.
I respect it.
I would respect that.
That's why I was trying to. That's what I'm trying to get
Get
to.
out of that.
I couldn't. It wasn't nothing.
Well, nothing else changed.
Hey, nope.
You couldn't just tell them it was whack. Holler back. I'm done.
I couldn't even do that. I didn't even desire that.
I gotta say down to that.
Shout out to the brother that got played. God damn.
So what, he got some?
Her roster that's sitting there like, damn, was that
Right, motherfucker looking like she didn't call me back. So, okay. So let's take it to the other side. I'm bringing it back to the fellas. Have you ever been ghosted?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it.
Come on, Ben.
Yeah, I got those.
No,
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
big
just cool motherfucker.
Yeah, I got ghosted. I think she got mad. I put the choke on her. And,
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Rewind.
That ain't ghosted.
That's a whole nother.
You got Chris there.
You know what? It was my first time. I choked to domestic violence. I made it choke too hard. She didn't answer my phone call no more.
I wouldn't.
You want to try to do that message she just put out there just so we know.
This is not
Did she
sponsored
turn
by him.
blue?
Pat, go ahead.
I got ghosted, but it was for a different reason. She didn't like the relationship that me and my daughter mother had. She wanted to say we were still dating and shit like that. So she just stopped taking my calls, which was cool.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Ladies, have you?
Somebody get
Wait.
that
Go
tissue.
ahead, kid. Look
You
here.
had a tissue right
I
there.
got ghosted when I found out that I was messing with a girl already, that the girl I started messing with was her friend.
You ain't shit.
So, no, I didn't know. I seriously,
That's true.
I seriously did not know. I seriously did not know. So when I was trying to holler at her, at first she was cool, but she stopped. Wouldn't answer my text, wouldn't answer my call, right? But I found out they were girls through Facebook. So what happened was I saw a picture and I was like, ooh. I didn't know. I seriously didn't know. I seriously did not know. I swear to you, I seriously did not know.
So that's a legit ghost.
Oh, that's legit.
Right,
Okay.
but I didn't know at the time why.
Okay, hold on.
Wasn't.
Let's take it to the ladies. Have you ever been ghosted?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Come on with it,
I've
Keith.
been ghosted. Well, it was after a relationship, 6 months, and things just started going south. And instead of him being a man to say, you know,
It's
whatever he wanted to do, he just stopped calling.
Why do women say that? Because he ghosted, he wasn't being a man.
Because-
we don't say that when women do
But
that.
it goes both ways. I feel like you should. Like, I'm a person I want to know. You ghost me, tell me why. Like, I want to know. I'm not
That's the civilized thing
I'm
to
not
do.
satisfied with just not
A
knowing.
lot of
so I
times
wanna
men
know.
will ghost because they think you civil.
Well, wait a minute. How does that work if the men consider us civil? We could consider y'all Charles Manson.
Hey, you asked a question, I gave you an answer.
What
Right,
kind
don't
of
get
shit
mad.
is
Don't
that?
get mad at
Some of
that.
y'all
I ain't still
Because-
acting a little
take
civil.
something to
Listen, I'm not saying that every woman got them civil tendencies, but there is a lot out there, and past relationship, the girl could have went crazy.
Let's not talk about the stalkers.
I'ma call
Went
bullshit.
crazy, slash tires, bust windows. Y'all got a
Well,
song
then
out there
tell
talking
us
about
that.
At your
I
house
bust the
when you
windows
get
out
out
your
work.
shop.
Don't ghost me. Just tell me. So I
And I
want
I'm
get
gonna
you.
call
I feel you on
bullshit.
that.
Wait
It's
a
all
minute.
about communication.
I'm
Okay,
gonna call
right.
bullshit because we all are at an age where if you can open your mouth about whatever the fuck you want to do or not do or
Whatever.
say whatever you not gonna say, why can't you open your mouth to that opposite person and say, you know what, this ain't working out, you cool as a friend, but I thought this could go somewhere, but I see it's not. Why can't you just say that?
That
I can
goes
answer
for
that
both
question. I can
sides.
answer that
And I'm saying it could go for both sides.
I'll
So
answer-
where's the
Tell us when you
I'll
got
answer that
ghosted.
question
go ahead?
because I watch Snap. So any inkling of if we're dating or if there's any sign that this may go left, Snap wise,
I cook for
I'm
you.
gonna push on. Just I am. I'm not like any inkling of craziness, any inkling of.
Okay.
And sometimes you don't know, and that goes both ways too.
Okay,
Like, you don't
when you
know
say
if the
crazy,
guy crazy,
could it
like,
be
you don't know.
that the person is not ready for that person, not built for that person, or scared to actually be with that
No,
person?
crazy is
No.
crazy.
Crazy.
No, I said
Crazy.
separate from
No,
crazy.
no.
Separate from
No.
crazy.
That's-
Because we all got a little crazy in
No,
us.
that's
No, we don't.
No,
No.
what I'm talking about, I'm not talking about if the two people match.
Mhm.
Like you like what I like we can just click.
Mhm.
I'm talking about if there's an inkling of crazy that you notice and you like, if I go in, because you've seen it before, a lot of us are older, you've seen it before.
What is this
You know
inkling
how this
of
is gonna
crazy?
end.
What is define this inkling of crazy?
Hey,
Your
listen.
left eye
This
twitch.
shows I think what Kevin is trying to say is we all have a sixth sense. And you know when you're around somebody and you're talking to them and you're going, and something just ain't right.
Right.
Something just
Something
ain't
ain't
right
right,
about
right.
this person.
Something just ain't right. And
And
because you're
it's
older,
not sitting right with you.
yes.
And you know, I was dating a guy and he was God, fine as wine, good sex, everything was good job, but something just wasn't right about him.
Okay.
And,
So you found that out after sex? Because you didn't know.
Yeah,
Obviously, y'all
right,
had sex.
right.
But
In
it's
some
not-
cases, you don't find out till after
It was,
sex.
it was, and I had to.
No.
I had to-
There are red
Yeah.
flags
There are
that you
There-
ignore.
right.
We don't see it
You wanna
until
smash
after
it.
sex.
Here's the alley.
You
Right.
want
Why?
to smash, so you blinded by the flags.
But why are we calling it crazy? Why can't it be other variables?
Because
No,
it's damn
it's not
crazy.
just crazy.
Well,
You know what?
Because
Listen, as you get older, you
Come on.
recognize and you
Yeah.
kind of
Okay,
pull off.
It's not
Wait,
just
wait,
crazy.
wait, go ahead, Sam.
And some people, you know, some people cannot take rejection. You
True.
have to
Yes.
be able
That's
to
true.
or you want to.
pick that person to see if they got those, like you said, crazy tendencies.
Or
You gotta let some
you
folks
talking about
down easy.
You
psychoanalyze.
got so you
but-
let it go.
No.
You kinda,
If you're
kinda
in a
let it go.
conversation with a person, you've been back and forth with this person, and you get, like Ben said, the red flag, okay, time to push away. This person seems like somebody that's going to be a stalker. They might go over the edge if you reject them. So you
But
get
you know what?
signs.
No.
You get
Okay,
signs.
hold on, everybody. So let's take it into this because that's a good point. But being brought up and saying it kind of got on it too. Red flags, and I'm talking about when you meet a person, you get to know them. What are some red flags? Let's start with the ladies with this one. With some red flags. Go ahead, Keith. You ready too? Look at you.
Woo.
She like,
So many red flags. Constantly wanting to argue, get an attitude, real snappy. Don't know how to give you space.
Found my dating life.
Those are red flags, and you really should not ignore them because all that arguing and being snappy, later on down the line, that leads to something totally different that you
Right.
don't want. So,
Everybody shows red flags. You would never be in a relationship if you think about red flags all day
It's
long.
what you pay attention
It's
to.
Right.
right.
But
But it's also the thing.
That's
It's also the
what
things
it
that you
is.
can and can't handle.
Exactly.
Like one of my red flags, especially older, is clingy. Like, that's- You know, if you ain't got shit else to do but call me all damn day and every day, and you ain't got nothing else to do but that's
All
too much.
that low jack and be
That was
fat.
it.
If she got no
That's a
friends,
red flag.
if she's a
That's
female
nothing,
with
no
no
friends.
friends,
That's
you
a
can't
red
sit
flag.
under us all day.
Same
Go
with
kick
me.
it with
That's
your
how I am
girls.
about me.
Kick it with your girls. Make me miss you.
I'll give you an example. A guy I dated some years ago. We were just talking. In the beginning, we hadn't even been dating, I guess, a couple weeks. So I'm at the store. This dude lived way in the hundreds. I'm at the store. I'm on 82nd Street. My mom tells him I'm at the store. Before I come out the store, this dude's standing outside. I'm like, okay.
No, that's the end of the carry
I'm
case.
at work. I come out the building.
That's what
He's
you see on the
standing
carry
outside.
case. That's what you're supposed to
That's a dark
have.
red
You
flag.
know, I'm like right there, and I was like, okay, that's it. That's
It's
That's
a
dark
red
red flag.
it's a
That's
red
why I
flag.
snap. That's what I'm trying to tell
Hold
you.
on, it's a red flag for some of you all if someone goes through your social media page. Is that a red flag?
Almost every woman internet
No.
show.
Everybody.
I'm sorry.
say
I
that's
was
not a red flag.
A lot of people do it. You'll never do it, but a lot of people
When I
do it.
meet a
Go
guy,
ahead, Nick.
I'm gonna look at his Facebook page because what's on your page tells a story. It tells me what your interests are, how you interact. If you tell me you have children, there's no pictures of your children on your page. I got questions some things.
Some people like to put their kids on.
Yeah, but you're gonna have
I-
there's gonna be a picture somewhere of you and your child. Somewhere it's gonna be a picture with you and your kid in it.
I had an incident
No.
where somebody ran a full background check against me, and the only reason I found out because my identity was stolen, so I had one of those security features set up on my ID. If any kind of background is ran on me, it lets me know automatically. When I found out about it and what the company called them, and it was like, "Did you?" No, I did not. Find out who it was. That wasn't even a red flag. That was what you say, snap. That was snap.
Have y'all ever Facebook friend somebody? Like you met somebody and y'all became Facebook friends, and here's how you know they go through your Facebook page.
They friend your friends.
Not even that. They'll like a picture
Oh,
from
well.
2013.
Yes.
So I know damn well you done
All
went
the
through mine.
pictures.
We have a whole gallery in this
Yeah, you done went through a whole
Yeah.
So right
I
there.
currently got that going on. He done went back to 2007. I'm like, shit.
Even though it may sound like it's nothing for somebody to go through your Facebook page, but my thing is, if you go through my Facebook page, then you want to go through anything else I got.
Nah.
My house,
That's showing interest.
You know what I'm saying?
That's showing a person trying to get to
that's
know
showing
you.
no-
That's a great line.
That's
You
no-
trying to figure out what you can do that she like. I do agree with you. Hold on.
You can talk to me.
You trying to
Don't try to figure out who I am from Facebook. Facebook is not my fucking life.
Thank you.
It ain't shit.
It's entertainment.
But it's entertainment. So you're not gonna know who I am by my Facebook page.
respect.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
like I
So
said-
talk to me, get to know me, date me, get into me. Don't
regret
Respect
it.
100%, but you can know a lot about a person through their
I
Facebook.
agree.
Most people live their whole life on Facebook.
Especially on
So I
social
understand what you're saying,
And
but
they
most
live
people
their
live
whole
their
life
whole
on
life on
Facebook. That's a
Facebook.
red
That's
flag.
it, yeah.
Yes, it is.
I agree with Keita when she's saying you're not gonna get to know me on Facebook, but if I look back and just 6 months ago you was engaged, you was booed up. Now all of a sudden you single and you want to date. As a woman, it's gonna make me say, am I the rebound? Is this person still around? Just last week she was your boo babe. Now all of a sudden you single.
Girl, you can't
I'm
really
gonna
judge
look.
a man like that.
If you date me,
can't
I'm
judge
gonna
a man
look.
like
Okay,
that.
hold on. We got one more topic to hit. One more topic to hit, and this is it's gonna get a little deep, but we gotta do it quick. We gotta close out, right? Women being submissive.
Oh hell, I gotta go.
Women being submissive.
I
Women
got
being
to go.
submissive.
I got to
When
go.
you say submissive, are you talking sexually? Or
Right, are you talking about head?
Nicole introduced this, so I'm gonna let her tell it.
You talking head? Okay. No, we're not talking about.
Not talking.
We're not talking sexually. That is what it is. I'm talking about being submissive to, in a sense of, you're willing to let a man lead. You're willing to let a man be a man and do what men do. And as a woman, being there to support him. And sometimes, even though they may be wrong, you gotta let them do that wrong. And be there, and not be that woman saying, told your dumb ass, if you'd listened to me, it would have been like that. Sometimes I think we as women, and I know this is gonna sound bad, we try to do a man's job, and we can't. We're supposed to have two different roles that complement each other. And it's not being submissive in whatever he say I'm gonna do. We're supposed to complement.
You're not
Let me
supposed
ask
to
you guys.
emasculate.
Let the guys.
Let me ask you guys, as women, that's kind of the old school way. That's kind of how your grandparents did it, right? That's how we in our era. That's what we saw, right? But it's always a woman in that man's corner that he makes decisions as the man, as the husband per se. He makes decisions, right? Listen. I'm not saying he does it all by himself, because sometimes men jump out there and make a decision for the household. And sometimes that woman is the backbone of the household. He's just the man, he's the leader. What we have nowadays is so many independent women. And what I say by this is, you guys are single, you guys are making money, now there's so many breadwinners as men that are losing their jobs, they're laid off or whatever. And the woman becomes the the breadwinner in the household, right? The breadwinner in the household that kind of financially, she makes decisions that man now on the rebound has to go with. But you guys have been so single and so independent that when a man comes in your life, it's hard to adjust to the fact that he's the man in the household, right? But you guys have been so single and so independent for so long. To me, it's an adjustment that a lot of women can't make nowadays. It's hard for them to
Blame
make.
Beyonce.
So
it's Beyonce's fault.
It's like, well, man, I've been independent. Now I'm with you. Well, I've been doing this for my own.
Kevin, I agree with you,
But
the one thing that I don't agree with, it's not about money.
No, I'm not basing on money. I'm just saying, you know, old school, traditionally, a lot of guys have been the breadwinner in the houses now, and they're not nowadays.
But being a breadwinner does not, being a breadwinner and having more money does not determine for me to be submissive to you.
I call bullshit on that. Because it doesn't, like, I agree with you when you say financial and all that, Kev, I gotta disagree with you. Because if you are a strong man, it doesn't matter. When you in that household with that woman, she's gonna respect that. But if you one of these weak ass motherfuckers that's out here, the woman ain't gonna respect you, and that's where you're gonna get conflict.
You got some strong-headed women out here, though.
You got some strong-headed men.
I'm talking about the strong-headed women
You put them with a strong-headed man, they will follow.
She said something very key.
Right.
I'm talking about the strong-headed
Go ahead.
What'd you say? You shouldn't try to do what to a man?
Emasculate.
There it is right there.
Right.
Women would just take, I'm not saying all women, I'm not saying all men deserve it. But one thing a man is gonna be a man regardless. I don't care what he working at, I don't care what type of status he had. A real man is gonna be a man. You have to let that man be that man. You can't try to take that man's manhood away from him, because guess what? That's when things gonna go wrong. Because he's gonna buck up and rebel back against you.
Okay, Keita, then we're gonna have one more comment, then we gotta shut it down.
It is very challenging for an independent single woman, merging into or transitioning to a marriage, long-term relationship, and become very submissive. It's very challenging. I think that some things some women can be submissive to, and some things they can't, because they have been independent for so long. They've been successful on their own for so long. And so I think that one of the things is, if you have a strong man that's really a great leader, then it's almost making decisions together.
Exactly.
I think some men have a problem with that, and you know, we want to talk about being submissive, but why can't we make decisions together? You know, we're both breadwinners.
Thank you.
I
You're
agree.
supposed to
I agree.
compliment
But that was
your
my
mate.
point, that a guy always has a strong woman behind him.
Yeah.
He may be the lead in the lead,
Yeah.
let's say, if he's the head of the household. But what I'm saying is, it's always a strong woman he has behind him. I never said it wasn't a woman behind him.
Sure.
What I meant was, I was going off of old school philosophy, and the only reason I brought in grandparents, because most granddaddies ran the household. And grandmama just
Big mama
did,
baby.
right?
Done.
Exactly. So
Grandma
I was going off that perspective more so. Nowadays it's not like that, but I was going off that perspective to get you all to see that old school wise, it was the dude he was the head of the household. The woman was submissive in that state, but it's not that she didn't have a man, and it's not that she didn't, right? I was just saying, I was premising it off of that. Like back in the day, we grew up in our era. Your granddaddy ran the damn household. He just simply did. So
He got
I
the
guarantee
big-
he ran a couple things by grandma.
He got the big piece of.
He didn't just do it.
Go ahead, no, then we got to shut it down.
I grew up in a tad bit of a different situation. My grandmother was actually the breadwinner. She was raised to not focus on having children. My granddaddy got her pregnant several times. But she didn't, you know, she had 4 kids, she had 6. But she was the breadwinner. She was the one who went to school, got 2 degrees, and my grandfather was actually the one, he made her clothes, her suits. He cooked dinner, he combed the kids' hair, but she let him be a man. Now I know that might sound, but she did. And so, because I grew up in that atmosphere, sometimes I have a tendency to expect all of that from a man. You know what I'm saying? So I have to check myself because, you know, it's just not.
Everybody knows.
That's not prevalent. That's a rare case and it doesn't happen. But wait, let me say this.
I will
Wait.
make you a go
So, and my granddaddy wasn't no punk. He wasn't, you know what I'm saying? He was a man. She let him be a man. She followed his lead in a lot of things. But sometimes, me personally, I'm single. I ain't never been married. I look to be submissive. But I be needing knuckleheads.
All right, y'all. Okay, go ahead, real quick.
Let's not use the term, and I think some people tend to use the term being submissive as a step back. For a woman to be submissive, especially independent women or regardless, to be submissive is a very powerful thing for a woman. It is, because if we can say, regardless, I got your back at all times and I'm going to stand by your side through everything. And there are times when men are submissive as well, because you all will be the first ones to say, you know what, baby, you're right. And it's not a matter of being right or wrong. It's not a matter of being dominant and submissive. It is about 2 working to be one, regardless of the decision or the situation.
I can't believe nothing you saying with those shoes on.
Then Val said, love, honor, and obey, damn it, that's it.
Okay, then obey me and end the show.
Oh. Yes, ma'am. On that note, thanks for tuning in to Venus vs. Miles. See y'all next time. Salute.
So it's Friday night. I'm gonna need something to do. It's that Friday night day. Chillin' with my girls in my new J. Feeling good, but ain't looking for a new babe. Head down to Taylor Lobs, cause I'm up the street. Real talk, no lie. Feeling in my zone, that's a good vibe. Hoping it's the right people chillin' inside. If they ain't, then I'll dip straight.